That's why it's a slim crowd today. They're all hustling and bustling. So what about kind of building off what was a really good performance?
I hope so. Yeah, it was defensively very good. We did a great job on Edwards, and just turning them over. It was things we've been doing throughout the course of the year. So, and then just to get a breakout win and not be in a tight game, and that was a good feeling. To comfortably win a game like that.
Is that what the defense looks like at its best, of forcing turnovers and getting the transition offense going?
Yeah, I think that's where we could take some pressure off our offense and create some easy baskets and get more possessions than our opponent. And I thought the charges were very good too. We had an awareness for that with our help defense and multiple guys, Elias and Tayshaun and Remy took one. So it was good to see that type of focus at that end of the floor.
What is making the three-point defense so effective?
I just think we fly around and we're pretty fast and we got good speed and we close out, and it comes down to making multiple efforts, and I think also we try and put teams under pressure a lot, so they're constantly not sure where we're coming from, and maybe even the open shots feel rushed somehow because of just how much pressure we try and apply.
A couple guys have talked to us about how Coach Berno has been kind of integral to their personal development. Have you seen him kind of affect like Romello and Elias, and then also just the group as a whole?
Yeah, I mean he's great. He and I work together in this, and we've been together for years now, and it's like having a head coach on staff with you. Guys respect him. He knows what he's doing. He's organized. He works at it. He gets relates well with players. So there's a lot of reasons. Got great ideas. So it's I feel very blessed to have him on staff, and no doubt about that.
What kind of things go into building personal development for guys, or just things that you maybe focus on together?
Yeah, just it's again convincing guys to work hard, identifying areas of players' games that need some improvement, and then putting the work in. And he works specifically with the front court guys. So a lot of Romello certainly gets a ton of credit for individually investing what he's invested, but Coach Berno is there working with him every day, and also he's kind of my defensive coordinator if I'm more focused on the offense. So I think it says his contributions are significant by how we're defending.
Does St. Mary's resemble anybody you played to this point as far as what they bring to the table?
They have a bunch of guys that can shoot it, and great point guard. So I think you see the value of having a really good point guard and what that means for winning, and we have that here too. With Remy and what he does every game for us, and they have that with Ford, and they have a good versatile front court guy. And Fitz that could really, play away from the basket, score inside, and so when you have that good combination of a point guard and a front court player, and then you got something going. And they're coming off the best game that I've watched them play this year versus Cal. They really handled them on the road very well. So we're playing them at the wrong time for how they've been playing all year. And anytime you shoot at 46% from three, I mean, wow, that's a staggering percentage collectively. You might have one or two guys usually on a team that might shoot that from the three-point line, so it's pretty impressive.
With your guys' three-point shooting, do you think it's just going to take one game for it to click, or is it going to be kind of a process throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to try and pretend that it's not an issue, and just because
the more you talk about it,
yeah, I mean, I just feel like we're talking about it a lot, and we're still winning a lot of games, and other things have carried us, but I watch too much in the gym here and coach these guys enough to know that they're very capable of doing it, and some guys have. I think it's just we got to get more just a unified approach towards making that shot.
Yeah.
What will kind of signal to you that this team has reached its offensive peak?
What's
the signal? Like, what are you looking for to be like, okay, we've made it, we've got it?
Yeah, I just think some of the ingredients are there. The interior play we're getting from Romello, Remy's play on the perimeter, and we're starting to see the last 2 games Verge assert himself more on offense. So there are some good signs. I like that Kamani played the way he did. I just think, again, it's going to be, converting your free throws better. We didn't do that well last game. And again, our percentage needs to be 8 to 10 points higher from behind the arc, and that hasn't been there yet. And those are the only things that are truly holding us back, but we're still able to put a lot of points on the board. It's not like we're not scoring at all.
You think with Verge, it's just a matter of making the adjustment to major college level from the junior college level, and it took him a few games.
Yeah, and then again, when I was leading into St. John's, Virginia, he was practicing great, and then had the setback with not playing, and I wish he would have had those games, because I think his development would have come quicker than it has. But and you don't know, every game presents something new, so I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow for really anybody other than, we're gonna line up and play. But I'm hoping that he's found himself, because again, he falls into that same category of guys that I watched through the whole summer and the spring, and when we recruited him, I couldn't wait to get him here. So I'm happy to see that he's starting to play up to that.
Some guys are really seeing some variable play times and big jumps. How do you feel like they're responding to that?
It's going to come down to like who's going well and who takes advantage of the minutes. It's going to be just earned and based on how you perform. And it's good that we have enough guys that we could create that type of environment. But yeah, I'm happy with Cherry was doing some good things in San Francisco and Louisiana and Prairie View to get an opportunity to start, and I'm hoping that he keeps building on that. And then Khalid Thomas and Elias and Kamani, there's competition at those positions.
What happened to Andre Allen? What's his?
Yeah, Andre's injured. He's so he's going to miss some time. He's got hip and a hip flexor issue, and so he's going to miss a couple weeks.
How important is it to create competition at that forward spot with Tayshaun and Kamani and Khalid?
Yeah, I mean, you want them playing together. You want us playing together, but at the same time, there's there's versatility at that spot. Multiple guys that can play, and so there's got to be urgency to take advantage of your minutes.
Does Elias offer something unique in terms of his on-ball defensive abilities?
I mean, we had enough confidence to start him on Edwards, so that says something about just what we think of him defensively, and he moves his feet well. He's got good size, and he's in the right positions. He drew 2 charges, and it's all little things that he does that coaches really appreciate.
Then net rankings came out yesterday, and you guys were at number 30 up there with some of the top Pac-12 schools. What do you think of just that, and what have you guys been able to accomplish?
Yeah, I just think that you can always fly a little bit under the radar. You especially when you don't get out of the gate. We didn't have some key guys, lose to Colorado, and then lose a really close one to Virginia. If you win either one of those, you're probably thought of a little better nationally. But so I don't mind that. It gives us a chance to not have enormous pressure and just concentrate on getting better, and worried about all the rankings and everything else after that. But I think it just validates that we're doing some good things in terms of how we schedule and what we're trying to do, because I think these rankings will give you credit for going and playing road games. Not a lot of teams are going to be willing to play a couple of true road games like we have, and then we've tried to search out and find good competition in a lot of our games.
After the last 2 years, does it kind of feel good to fly under the radar a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing. I mean, I just, again, I don't, if we had attention, that'd be fine. If we don't, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't really pay a lot of attention. We just got to do our job and keep giving ourselves chances, to win games.
Do you appreciate the rankings that kind of take a little time, like it's a couple weeks to decide their rankings rather than like AP that comes out, preseason?
Yeah, I think because a lot of that is just based on your historical body of work, which could mean decades. And then recruiting classes that you're just not sure how that's going to play out, and that's how they determine who's ranked. And I think it's better that you actually. I mean, I know our fans and people want to see that, so they're going to get it, right away, right from the jump, start the season. But this, at least, there's been some data and some comparisons of teams and their, what they've been able to do to this point in the year.
Sweet, thank you.
Thank you, guys.